ESPN FC is presented by Xfinity. The Wi-Fi is booming. This is a look ahead to Super Sunday's showdown in the Premier League. It is Liverpool taking on Arsenal at Anfield. It's last year's Premier League winners against last year's runners-up. Ahead of it, we got to hear from the coaches Arne Slot and Mikel Arteta.
A very important one, obviously, and you want to continue and building the momentum that we are in right now, and going to those grounds, those stadiums against this kind of opposition is what we want, and come from those big games winning in a really convincing way. That's the objective.
One thing that stands out in the season till now, and what stands out in a negative way for us, is that we've conceded, if I include the Bilbao game, 4 set pieces. And of course, as we all know, that's one of their strengths, not the strength, but one of their strengths, because they can play in multiple ways. You can see how well they are managed by Miguel, and they're working for 5 years together, because they can play almost every style there is in football, and that tells you how well managed they are.
Frank Leboeuf is joining us now. Jules is still with us, talking about vulnerability from set pieces. I wonder if that's why Stevie Nickol's gone for a draw in this game, 2-2.
Yeah, I'll take a draw right now.
Why is it a draw at Anfield?
Well, because Liverpool can't keep a clean sheet to save their life. And I'll be shocked if all of a sudden somebody waves a magic wand and all the problems are fixed. I'll just be shocked. And this Liverpool side have shown that in the 3 games, including the Charity Shield, when they're not anywhere close to what we think they can be, they scored 9 goals without playing well as a team. So you give Liverpool a sniff and they'll take their opportunities. But I can't see Liverpool keeping a clean sheet. And I know Arsenal haven't. I mean, I think Mikel Arteta was playing for the last Arsenal team that won at Anfield. But I'm not feeling confident at all.
You're not, and everybody else has pretty much gone for a draw, bar one person, and that would be Ali Moreno.
Oh, wow.
Ali, you've gone for a Liverpool win. Tell us why.
Well, I must be honest with you. I initially had it as 1-1, but I didn't want to sit on the fence, so I had to pick a winner. And in picking a winner, I felt like Liverpool at home, while they will give up opportunities, they'll do just enough defensively. And, of course, I think offensively they can be explosive. We keep talking about Liverpool not playing all that well, and yet they continue to score goals. And so they will score goals. It's just a question as to what they do in the back. They will give up a goal, but not multiple, and that's why I have Liverpool winning 2-1. Having said all that, I think both teams would take a draw right now. I think both teams, this early in the season, they say, you know what? We have our issues. We have our limitations right now. We'll take a draw, move on with our lives, and figure it out from here on out. Regardless, I still think that Liverpool at home at Anfield will be too much for Arsenal.
How do Arsenal's injuries factor in for you here, Jules?
Yeah, it's a big factor, Kay. You're right. We're not sure yet about Odegaard and Saka. I don't think will play on Sunday. Odegaard, we're not sure there's another day of training. Mikel Arteta said tomorrow, obviously, and then we will know a little bit more. That's a shame, because we saw Saka being very good for an hour or so against Leeds with that goal. It's a bit of a shame that on the Liverpool side, Frimpong is out too, and we saw Bradley coming back for the last 30 minutes against Newcastle, and Szoboszlai starting at right back. Who's going to start at right back? Florian Wirtz is still adapting to his new team, hasn't been at his best. Mo Salah hasn't been at his best either for Liverpool. So it's 2 teams, as we've been saying, that are not yet playing at their best, with a superstar at their best either, which makes it even more interesting, really, and even more fascinating when you think that maybe when they play the return fixture at the Emirates later in the season, then yeah, they will be at full strength, full power, playing at their best. But for now, it's not the case, which makes this game quite uncertain. You don't really know, even tactically, how it will go. Set pieces could be obviously a big factor, but I think it should be a very, very interesting one.
So, Frank, wasn't it you who advised Arsenal not to reinforce this summer? It's lucky they did, right?
You know what? I didn't hear your question. I'm very sorry.
Oh, conveniently. It's a huge game so early in the season, Frank. You've got a draw yourself.
Yes, I got a draw because I'm disappointed about the fact that that game is only after 3 days and is not a little bit further down the season, because, as Jules said, they're not in full strength, and so we don't see the two favorites of the Premier League, being able to give 100% of their possibilities, and it's why I see a draw, because as Stevie said, Liverpool is conceding too many goals, and Arsenal is batting better in the middle of the park. So away from home, I think Arsenal is capable of scoring goals and getting the draw. I don't see why I would see otherwise, because of the result that I've seen before. They are not again at the top. We see weaknesses. We saw players who just signed and still show some question marks, like Fabian Wirtz. We don't know if, according to Stevie, Eze is going to play or not. I think he is going to play. Stevie thinks he shouldn't. But we don't know. We have so many interrogations about that game, about the squad, how Arteta and Slot going to pull down their teams, that for me the draw is only fair.
We might even see Florian Wirtz.
Yes,
anyway, what I want to know, Jules, is are we likely to see Eze?
Oh boy.
Yeah, I think he will start. I think he will start on that left-hand side. I mean, I can understand Stevie's point, of course, and this is a massive game to make your debut away from home, especially when you've only been training really for 1 week, not even 1 week with your new teammates. So it's difficult. But then again, in a game where you would want to control as much as you can the tempo of it, especially because otherwise at Anfield, if you can't cope with the pressure and their pressing and the intensity they will put in the game, then you will struggle. And for that, Eze is good. He can receive the ball under pressure. He can keep the ball under pressure. More than a Martinelli, more than Madueke, who will play on the other side if Saka can't play anyway. So I think there's a place for Eze there, maybe not for the whole 90 minutes, maybe for an hour. But I just think that when you spend that money, when you have also the players missing for Arsenal, for the guard, and Saka can't play, you would need a player like that in your starting 11.
You got a bet on this, right?
Okay. I think if Eze plays, he plays in the number 10 spot. I don't see him playing in any of the wide areas because of the size of the game, because it's Liverpool at Anfield, because he's only been with them for a week. And I just think Arteta's the type of guy who's going to think, well, he doesn't really know us, doesn't know what we're all about, how we do certain things. But if Odegaard's injured, then if it's a question of Wanyeri or Eze, then I think Eze plays.